Today we talk about the Daisy single pump. So there was confusion. I got to remember, if someone's brand new to this, it can be confusing difference between a multi-pump and a single pump. And what we'll do right away is take a look at how you operate this. So we'll go and zoom in on your loading port. And so you usually put your gun straight up to make use of the magazine, which in the Daisy system is your ammo dump and your magazine, whereas in Crosman it's two separate entities there. Okay, so then you push it forward. You make sure to always charge your handle first and load a BB and then pump it. The Crosman design, you can pump it first and then load it. Okay, then we shoot into a towel here. Okay, now let's talk about the engineering. Now people are wondering, can you pump it more than once? No, if you try that, what happens, you just let the air out. It just comes out because you have no chamber seal like the Big Daddy 880 and the Big Brother Daisy 35. So it just let it out. It won't help give you any more power. Now, as far as converting it to a multi-pump, and I'm not even going to get into that, you technically could. I know Daisy doesn't want me to talk about that because the front of their pump head in this weapon is plastic. Daisy 35 has a piece of metal, and the 880 is completely metal to handle the stresses of a multi-pump environment. This does not have that. So it's kind of built in to stay a multi-pump, and that's fine. The Grizzly also just has a plastic head on it. So don't do that. There's no reason to do that. If you want a multi-pump, I would say my personal preference would be the 880. But the daughter of the 880 and her sister, the 2840, are quiet. They're accurate. And let's go ahead and take a look at the pellets. I really prefer the Excite Econs. I've shown these before. I've tried other pellets. To be fair to RWS, you have the basics, and the hobby pellets are 7 grains. These are very light little pistol wad cutters, about 7 grains. Now, recently I've shown with a Crosman gun and done my own shooting doctor work that with these Smoothbores, something like this, which is their one of their finer pellets, is 8 grains. And I found that actually a little heavy in this single pump. Great in other guns, great at 6 pumps in the Remington 1100. So doing my own shooting doctor work, I figured out that wad cutters do very well in Smoothbores. Now, some people would say that's elementary, like competitive shooters, but no, it's not. Not at all, because there's no rifling, and it is a certain level of how much power do you use and what's best for what gun. So for a single pump, the Econs have really come through it. So let's go over what I did today, some casual shooting. So 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. So 13 yards, that's an inch target. 15 yards, that's too big of a target for a rifle, but only one bad shot where I jerked the trigger. And so 9 out of 10 on both of those. Very easy, fun shooting. And you can definitely hit small targets out in the field if you're shooting at 3-dimensional targets. Now, as far as the 880 goes, you could go ahead with open sights, shoot at that at 15 yards. And this would be like at 20 yards. But for a youth rifle, 13 yards, which is my favorite testing range and plinking around range, an inch group at 13 yards is good for a youth rifle. And at 15 yards is good. Now, as far as the 499, that's the only BB gun that out of the box could compete with that and likely just group up a little tighter. But you're talking about a match rifle. I don't consider that anything less than a match rifle. Very fine BB gun, and it's twice the price. Okay, so as far as that goes, I just want to make it clear that when you're shooting this, let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, now you load a pellet like this. This is another reason I want to demonstrate it like that. You load a pellet like that. And there we go. So that should answer any questions. Please enjoy it as a single pump. Enjoy what it is. If you're curious about its power, it's a youth rifle. So it's a pop can killer. And it looks good at 15 yards and 20 yards, better than, honestly, the Red Ryder, which okay, let me just put it like this. This thing doesn't have any trigger jams, no BB jams, and if you made the mistake of reusing BBs, which I tell you people don't do, not even this one, is all you do is cock back your bolt, run a rod through there, and poke it out your breech. And that's basically carefree. Don't over lube. Use only non-penetrating oils. Daisy's recommendation is 30 SAE non-detergent, or for the silicone folks, Super Lube O-ring silicone is those are the 2 things I'm going to talk about. And I haven't had any problems. I'm going by just using 30 SAE ND, and I haven't had any problems on this gun. So go ahead and think about collecting this. It's a great BB gun. A little trick I learned also is it can take 60 BBs, count them out in groups of 10. Don't go any more than that, or what can happen, it will clog it up and won't work right, won't load right. So 60 BBs, it can fit in there. And great with pistol wad cutters, 7 grains. Okay, thank you.